Pablo TV. It's your boy Dorian Andrews, and I'm glad that you came to talk with me again. So today we're going to pick it back up from where I left off with the Kanye West Jesus King album, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Yandhi. There was a track list that was provided by Genius.com, and there's a lot of songs that I noticed that I haven't actually listened to, but I'm going to check those out later. But even with that being said, with the 28-29 minute leak that I heard on YouTube and the 27 minute Jesus is King release, the actual official release, I can still compare and say, even if I haven't heard all of the songs of Yandhi, it's still better than Jesus is King. Why? That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get it. So number one, unpolished yet complete thoughts. With Yandhi, I felt that the thoughts were very well executed. For example, Law of Attraction. That was a song that was very interesting to me, and the conviction in his voice, in Kanye West's voice, was raw, and it sounded like a complete thought that he thought through and wanted to get out. Stormy Night with XXX. The way that he executed that was almost like punk, rap, rock. I can't even explain what X was, but his approach to the song, it added that punch that was needed in the song, and it was just more of a complete thought. I felt like the features kind of fulfilled some of these songs, which I think was the downside of Jesus King, which was his lack of features. Also, the song that We Got Love with Tiana Taylor, great song. It sounded like a full song, complete thought. At the end, you had like a little spoken word, or I don't know if it was spoken word or just somebody talking, but it sounded like a full song, and it was great. Kanye West kind of flubbed a little bit of the lyrics, but it still sounded good. I mean, it was an unfinished album, so if he had time to finish it, it would have sounded beautiful. I know it. All right, so speaking of features, I decided I should actually break down all of the features that were going to be on the original Yandhi album. So let's get started. All right, so I got to start this off with Ant Clemens. He got his start from a song off of Kanye West's Ye album titled All Mine. A lot of people thought it was Jeremiah, but it actually wasn't. It's one of Jeremiah's friends. And Ant Clemens has a really good falsetto. That's one thing I like about him. And he is doing so much on this Yandhi leak album. Even if it's not a full release, he's going to get so much press. Well, he is getting a lot of press from this, and he can only go up from here. And next we have Young Thug and Kid Cudi, who both featured on a song called Aliens, or Alien, I'm not sure which one. It's alright. And also we have the man Jeremiah, R&B sensation, with Designer, who is now officially off Good Music, the label, and the great, incredible Ty Dolla $ign. I am such a stan. And some other guy, I don't remember the guy's name, but they did a song called Sky City, and it was pretty good. I actually kind of like that song. Yeah. And also we got the underrated Mr. Joey Batty, who hopped on the 80 Degrees track that originally came out from Kanye West, and I guess the name changed to Hurricane. He did a really good job on this song. I still don't like Kanye West's vocals, but the beat is knocking. Yeah, yay cold, but that Trump hat forced me to feel like I like J. Cole. Now this is a part of one of his verses from the song Dreams, and I don't know if this is a stab at J. Cole because of what J. Cole said about him on False Prophets. If you haven't heard that song, please check it out. That song is amazing. But I think this was
Kanye's version of trying to get back at him, and it just didn't work for me. It fell flat and it made absolutely no sense to me. Lastly, in the same song, he mentions Drake saying that he had nothing to do with his son. He doesn't even care about his son, and he doesn't care about the beef between him and Pusha T. I think that's all lies, but hey, he can say what he wants. Meanwhile, Chance the Rapper was supposed to have a song with Kanye on this album, and the track never came out. I guess he was too busy singing to his wife, like, and now we will return to the main discussion.
A lot of songs in Jesus is King were very short and just sounded like one complete sentence, and then, all right, go to the next paragraph. One complete sentence, okay, go to the next paragraph. It didn't seem like a full essay. And the main problem I have with Jesus is King is he didn't talk enough about his personal experience and what led him to going back to Jesus and what led him going back into his Christian roots. And he just kind of talked around it. He had some Bible verses which were cool, but that's not really explaining why you went back, into that. And he also talked about Christians are going to be the first to judge him. Yes, because you're not a Christian artist, so you kind of need to give insight to all people, not just Christian people, but to secular listeners as well. I don't listen to Christian music on a daily basis, but I do like Christian music. For people who don't like Christian music, people who listen to your hip hop, people who listen to Late Registration, Graduation, Yeezus, people who listen to the previous albums, we need an explanation as to what brought you into this, Jesus is King route, which you can say, oh, it was always in me. But that's kind of like beating a dead horse, one, and it's also kind of like covering the fact that you went through some things over the past year. Let's not front, Kanye. Like 2018 was probably one of your worst years. We want to know through the songs. We don't want to know through TMZ. We don't want to know through any other outlets or any interviews. We want to hear you rap about it. Great beats. I can't stress this enough. Where were the beats in Jesus King? I'm confused. I'm still confused about that. He had so many opportunities. Close on Sunday. I would have halfway forgiven it if it had some kind of beat. No beat. The song's trash. On God was a good beat. Follow God was probably the best beat on the whole album of Jesus King. Use This Gospel was actually, there was a really good beat towards the end of the song, but it was literally like maybe 20 seconds. The version of that song, Law of Attraction, in the Yandhi leak that I heard is way better. The beat is throughout and it's very powerful. And the way he was elevating his voice was really great. So the beat matched, his, radical, raw, in your face vocals. Same with XXX. His vocals were perfect for Stormy Night. 80 Degrees was a great beat. That was a dope beat. Like, I really liked that song. I just didn't like his vocals. And number 3, believability. I don't 100% believe in Kanye West because of what I talked about before. He's not giving enough insight as to why he went from doing hip-hop, secular hip-hop, especially Pablo. Life of Pablo definitely has some Christian, sprinkles in there. There's some Father Stretch My Hands, Ultra Light Beam. There's some other songs on that album that have those Christian, or I guess church-influenced sampling in there. But that doesn't justify making a whole Jesus is King gospel album. And I fully support him. I'm a Christian, so I'm really happy that, Jesus, has changed his life in a tremendous way. However, we need to know why. And he didn't explain it at all in Jesus is King. So for me, Yandhi is more believable because it was in the vein of everything else he's already done. And with Law of Attraction, I felt like what he was saying was really like, you can really pick that apart and like make your own interpretation. Like Grand Theft Auto, we in a game. Like, and he's talking, like for me, he was talking about America. Like, to the police, it's just a game. They're doing this stuff, arresting these people, killing these people, what have you, to meet a quota. You know, it's all a game to get that check. You know, and money ain't real, time ain't real. Like, this is the things that we think about. You know, if you want to say, oh, this man's crazy, then you can do that. But for me personally, I know I've thought about that. Like, if you get into a routine of things, it feels like the same thing every day. And is it real? Is this world real? People always think about these things. Maybe he didn't even know what he was doing, but it made me think about things. It really did. With that being said, I hate that song with Nicki Minaj and Ty Dolla $ign. I hate that song. The New Body, hate that song. The fact that Nicki Minaj was on it made it worse. And her career is like right now anyway, so thank God he got rid of that song. Because even Ty Dolla can't save it. And anybody who knows me knows how much I love Ty Dolla $ign. He couldn't save that song. And I hate that song, yeah. But other than that, you know, I like Yandhi better. That's my reasons for why. What do you think? Do you think Jesus is King is better than Yandhi? Do you think Yandhi is better than Jesus is King? Do you think they're both about the same, or they're both good in their own ways and you can't compare? Let me know in the comments below. Send a comment to me. You can like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe because I will make more videos like this. And I will see you next time, all right?